In previous videos, I've talked about my African American fantasy books like the ISIS series and my novels like the sophisticated sorority story, The Thetas. But what a lot of people don't know is that I'm also a screenwriter as well, and I created my own television series way back in 2011. And that television series was called All About Nikki. If I describe All About Nikki in a logline, I would call it The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air meets Clueless. And the reason why I would call it that is because the story is about Nikki Desmond, a spoiled, rotten little rich girl who is kicked out of her fourth boarding school and is forced to move to Los Angeles to go live with her father. And I got that part of the premise from the theme song of The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, where he says, and a couple of guys were up to no good, started making trouble in my neighborhood. I got into one little fight, my mom got scared, and she said, you're moving your auntie and uncle to Bel-Air. And I decided to apply that to girls, and that's where I got part of the concept for All About Nikki. The other part of the concept comes from the 1995 Amy Heckerling film Clueless and the and the television show that related to it that came on as part of TGIF. And I wanted to show a rich, sophisticated black girl similar to the Dion character in Clueless, but who had the primary story like Cher from Clueless. And I wanted to fuse those two concepts together in one sitcom. So that's where the logline The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air meets Clueless comes from. And with the All About Nikki character, I wanted to show what life was like for African American girls who lived in Beverly Hills. Because I felt the way Dion was presented in Clueless was, it just was not it was underdeveloped. It wasn't good enough for me. She was just, the best friend, another token role for black characters. And I wanted to show what happens with black culture and black life in Beverly Hills. So I wanted to tell that story with All About Nikki. Now, All About Nikki is a teen sitcom just like your Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and your Clueless back in the day, but it features a black female lead. I took some inspiration from the Hillary character from The Fresh Prince. I fused a little bit of Dion and Cher from Clueless, and I came up with this kind of stuck up, rich, obnoxious character who is pretty much a spoiled brat. And a lot of people really enjoy seeing this character, and seeing her out here being this spoiled, rotten, rich girl, and they get a lot of laughs reading the scripts for All About Nikki. Um, I got another big idea way back in 2006 for the All About Nikki character when I made a joke featuring the character who was unnamed at the time at the dinner table, and I came up with this joke where this rich girl is presented a gift of some Sears activewear, and she says, "What the heck is mainframe?" And the kids say, "It's a shirt that all of us kids wear. We got it from Sears." And she says, "Sears, you got me a Sears shirt?" And the kids ask if they didn't like it, and then she looks to her butler and asks, "Rumsfeld, what would I use this for?" And he says, "Why, Miss Desmond, you would use this to wax the rolls." And I got a lot of laughs with that joke, and I decided to create a character around it. And around the time, I was also working on this other concept I've been working on for this screenplay, my first original screenplay called All About Marilyn. And I decided to, take parts of the script I was writing for All About Nikki and put it into the script because the story was about this faded 1990s teen sitcom star who was trying to get her life together after Hollywood. And I completed All About Marilyn first in 2007 before my first laptop died. And then after that, and the critical acclaim that Marilyn got, I decided to go into full production with the All About Nikki book. And to my surprise, life imitated art, and All About Nikki was more popular than All About Marilyn, which was about the actress who played Nikki Desmond. The actual scripts with Nikki Desmond were more popular than the Marilyn book. I remember putting the sample on Smashwords back in 2011, and they just took off. It was one of the biggest hits of the SJS Direct imprint. People all over the world have read all about Nikki scripts. People from the U.S., the Canada, the UK, Europe, even Asian countries like China and Japan have read All About Nikki scripts and enjoyed them and shared them. And that proved to me that, if you create a black concept, it will find an international audience because in All About Nikki, in numerous places, I pretty much tell people that the characters are black, but they really don't care. They enjoy the scripts and they enjoy laughing at the stories um, of this rich, spoiled, rotten black girl in Beverly Hills. So it proves to me that this concept is viable, that there's an international audience for it, and if I could just get the resources together, I could probably produce a hit television show because the audience is there. There's an audience out there who wants to see All About Nikki. And there are people interested in this script to this day. I mean, a couple of years ago, I had an actress ask me if the script was available and the rights were available, and they were trying to get things together to produce it, but just nothing came of it. But the All About Nikki concept was one of the strongest concepts I ever produced. Even when I produced a second season of scripts, it still got a lot of people picking it up. And in the second season, I really started expanding on my humor. Um, in that one, I did a whole episode on pro blacks, and that was one of the funniest episodes I think I've written. But the All About Nikki sitcom, which is about the rich girl, spoiled rotten rich girl from Beverly Hills, also explores other concepts like black identity, racism between blacks and whites in Beverly Hills. It explores family. It explores, treating people right, and that's a big tenet of the show. The show is about, the spoiled rotten rich girl learning how to treat people with respect, learning how to have manners, learning social graces and social etiquette, and learning how to be a better person. And she has to learn how to overcome, her rude and rotten behavior so that, she can do unto others as they would do unto her. And that's a big part of the All About Nikki show, was that I wanted to create a show where children learned how to treat each other by first seeing the bad examples and then seeing how that affected people, and then learning how to treat people the way that they would want to be treated. Because I believe kids need to learn, about social etiquette and social graces at an early age, and TV shows can really help kids, understand how our behaviors towards each other, affect each other, and how when you mistreat people, how that hurts people and how that hurts people's feelings and how you hurt people, and how hurt people, go on to hurt other people. But I really wanted to really make a positive statement with this show. I wanted to, one, create that positive image of an African American teenage girl. Two, I wanted to present a positive image of black fathers in the community. Three, I wanted to, present a a story about, life in another black community outside of the hood. Four, I wanted to create, a story where people would learn about social rules, social graces, social etiquettes, and, learn the golden rule of do unto others as you would have them do unto you. And they would see, how the impact of negative behaviors, you know, affect people, and then learn how to correct course like Nikki does in quite a few of the episodes. She often learns that the way she talks to people and treats people, affects them and hurts their feelings, and then tries to make amends for it. And learns that, you just can't go around saying all sorts of stuff to people and doing all sorts of things to people. Um, the All About Nikki's fabulous first season is available in paperback and on Kindle, and it's also available on other e-reading devices on Smashwords and Barnes and Noble. All About Marilyn, the screenplay, is also available in paperback and on Kindle.